What happened after Achilles fell? A hero's fate beyond death. Who am I? A voice once filled with pride and power now trembled with confusion and doubt. Achilles, the greatest warrior Greece had ever known, the slayer of Hector, the terror of Troy, was now nothing more than a shadow, a name that felt distant, almost forgotten. The arrow that should have ended his life had instead stolen something even more precious, his identity. The battle that changed everything. The midday sun hung high over the battlefield, casting golden rays through the rising dust. A storm of war. Swords clashed, arrows whistled, and the ground shook beneath the charge of warriors fighting for glory and survival. For 10 long years, the Greeks had laid siege to Troy, and now, at last, victory was within reach. Leading the charge was Achilles, a man whose very name struck fear into his enemies and commanded awe from the gods themselves. His golden hair flowed behind him as he moved like a tempest, a living force of war itself. His bronze armor gleamed in the sunlight, reflecting an almost divine brilliance, as if Helios himself watched over him. With every strike of his blade, warriors fell. With every step, the earth trembled. But fate is never kind. High atop Troy, Prince Paris stands ready. Guided by Apollo, he prepares to unleash an arrow, a fateful moment that will change everything. The arrow shoots forth, a whisper of wind. Achilles, charging forward, remains oblivious to the doom rushing towards him, unseen and inevitable. Across the battlefield, Achilles charged, unaware of the doom speeding toward him. The arrow cut through the air like fate itself, its path true, its purpose unstoppable. And then it struck. A single cry of pain shattered the battlefield. The arrow sank deep into Achilles' heel, his only weakness, the single spot left unprotected by the river Styx's divine waters. A pain unlike anything he had ever known rushed through his body, and for the first time, the unstoppable force had fallen. The Greeks froze in horror. The Trojans erupted in triumph. Achilles is dead! The cry rang out like thunder, shaking the very foundation of the war itself. The gods watch and intervene. Far above, in the halls of Mount Olympus, the gods watched in silence. Apollo, who had guided the arrow, now felt something unexpected: regret. For all his flaws, Achilles was more than just a man. He was a symbol, a warrior so powerful that even the gods had taken notice. He was the closest thing to immortality that a mortal could ever achieve. And now, he was gone. Or was he? Because legends do not end with death, and Achilles' story was far from over.